Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to 1MinuteTennis.com. In today's session, I want to show you how to put the perfect elbow snap, the perfect flexion, and the perfect pronation in your serve in one combined and blended technique. If you're not already doing this, and then you add this to your serve, you should see a 25 to 40% increase in power, and it'll feel easier. Now, the service is complicated. There's, depending which medical textbook you believe, then there's something like 720 muscles in the human body, and the service action involves about 700 of them. So if it's not totally natural for you, then it's going to be very difficult to get anywhere near perfection. But to help you get the right feel for this, we're going to use other sports where the movement is easier, and then we're going to put the movements of the other sports together, and you'll end up with a great serve. The first one we're going to look at is volleyball. And volleyball, when they have the service in volleyball, then they throw the ball up and they have a spike. And to do this, the wrist is actually snapped through the ball. So a typical volleyball serve, I'll do it slowly so that it's easy to follow, is something like this. And look how my wrist is naturally in flexion. This is extension, this is flexion. And now with the volleyball serve, I have natural flexion. See how I'm throwing the hand away? And flexion is an essential part of the serve. Sometimes it's referred to as the wrist snap, but there's a little bit more to it than that, because as we make flexion, we want to turn the arm away, and that creates pronation. This is supination, this is pronation. So I now want flexion and pronation. And to do this, we're going to go back to the volleyball serve, but we're going to adapt it. And now I'm going to make the volleyball serve, but I'm going to send the ball out to my right. And now I have flexion and pronation. So let's just go through those again. The first one, I have flexion. And now by simply changing the direction of the volleyball serve out to the right, I have flexion and pronation. But I don't have a rotation of my elbow. This serve is actually being led from the hand and not from the shoulder and the elbow. And to find the elbow action, we're going to go to another sport. We're going to go to football or soccer, and we're going to look at the throw-in. So if I was to make a throw-in in soccer, then I would face the target and I would rotate the ball around my elbows and throw the ball into the ground. All I'm going to do is change the stance into a service stance and throw the ball into the ground, making sure that the elbows stay ahead of me. And now I have the correct elbow position. And now we're going to marry or blend the movements together. So I'm going to have the service stance, the side-on stance, and I'm going to imagine the throw-in and make the volleyball serve out to the right. So up. And now I have the perfect elbow action, the perfect wrist action, and I have pronation. The reason that this is important is that it actually breaks up or segmentates the movement of the arm and the racket. You see, if I move all the parts together, then it feels very easy, but it's slow and it's not going to deliver a lot of energy. As soon as I break up the parts to go into different directions, then I create angular momentum and I'm going to create much more force. Quite simply, if you imagine that you put your hand in front of this non-segmented movement, then it's going to hurt a bit. But if you put your hand in front of this segmented movement, then it's going to hurt a lot. See here how I've got the throw in, and now the volleyball serve, and now the volleyball serve to the side, and suddenly I have a segmented and perfect service action. So to recap, for the perfect arm action you'll serve, and that's where most of the power comes from, then think about the throw in, think about the volleyball spike, think about the volleyball spike to the side, put all the movements together, and I'm going to try and do this without bending my knees or arching my back. So the sole source of power is from the arm. And by blending the movements of these two sports, you get the perfect arm action, you get an effortless and more powerful serve. Try this now, it really works. And if you like my ideas, check out our books on Amazon. The books cover every aspect of the game, and everything is superbly illustrated with cross-references to videos, so you can see the idea, you can read the idea, and you can actually see the illustration of the ideas. Or join players in over 40 countries that I'm working with all over the world on one-to-one online coaching. Works for players of every age and every level. For more information, look at the website or email me. So the service action is complicated, but the volleyball spike is easy. The volleyball spike to the side is easy. The throwing in soccer is easy. Putting the two together is also easy. When you put the two together, you have a perfect service action and you'll have a better and faster serve. Thanks for watching and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.